The World Press Freedom Day was proclaimed in 1993. United Nations reaffirms it remains committed to the safety of journalists and all ramifications. To mark the 30th anniversary of the celebration, the UN in its week-long activity for the celebration spent a day with journalists at the UN House in Abuja to reflect among the media professionals about issues of press freedom and professional ethics. Princess Ekwi Ajide was there for the ABS.
Was an opportunity to assess the state of press freedom throughout the world, defend the media from attacks on their independence, remind governments of the need to respect their commitment to press freedom, and as well pay tributes to journalists who have lost their lives in the line of duty. In an address of welcome, the officer in charge of UNESCO, Philippe Dalong, described freedom of the press as the cornerstone of any democratic society, saying that the international community is committed to combating the impunity that stays around crimes in which journalists are victims. He disclosed that the UNESCO has been leading the United Nations plan of actions to ensure the safety of journalists and end the issue of impunity, as it will ensure that independent media continues to exist. Dalong noted that the revolution in information landscape and its mode of operation has radically disrupted and jeopardized the viability of independent media.
Debate of ideas without verified facts, without diversity of perspectives, democracy is a shadow of itself.
The UN resident and humanitarian coordinator, Matthias Gmeil, in his opening speech, said when people have the freedom to speak their minds and to freely seek information they need, it will not only lead to intellectual growth, but will also contribute to social and political awareness. He said women journalists are the most vulnerable to threat as they live in fear of violence. The executive secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Anthony Ojukwu, said, in spite of the resilience and importance of press freedom, journalists and media practitioners the world over face threats and intimidation, arbitrary arrests, detention, politically motivated criminal charges, among others. Others who spoke on the occasion include the chairperson NAWOJ FCT, Anna Daniel, who spoke on gender and women in media, the chairman NUJ FCT Council, Emmanuel Oboche, who spoke on safety and protection of journalists in Nigeria, a public affairs analyst, Jide Ojo, who spoke on the challenges and prospects for the future of freedom of expression, among others, gave solutions to ending violence against journalists. The theme for this year's celebration is shaping a future of rights, freedom of expression as a driver for all other human rights. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.